Yo, we live, baby. It's just me turning up. Charles, a.k.a. Dance Hustle. And you know what it is. It's the first of the month, baby. Yo, we here on Good News. It's called The Relationship Game. My man, Dontrell Detroit, you know, he decided to cat off on your boy. You know what I'm saying? As I deserve, because I done catted off on him a few times. But, you know, a cat is a cat, so you got to call it a cat. Anyways, the cat's out the back. Who's out here, you know what I'm saying, in this daily grind that we on, and you know what I mean, it is the first of the month. So, you know, I definitely want to hear from anybody out there that's in radio land. You know, this is definitely a tap in scenario. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm here, you know what I'm saying, in this doggone Good News Radio, and I'm holding it down. So, you know, I'm scatterbrained. I'm over here in my own little world, but I'm like excited to just have the opportunity. So just shout out to Good News. One time, I want to give a shout out to Good News Radio. You know what I'm saying? We turning up. They gave me the opportunity to say, hey, here go our platform. You know, let's see what you could do with it. So, y'all know what I mean? As a you know what I'm saying, the Bay would say, cut the music, DJ. I'm the DJ though. Anywho, what's good, y'all? I'm just really kind of catching some vibes right now, and I just, you know, been having a whole entire weekend of just like family time, catching up with people, and I'm curious to see like what everyone was up to. I basically had like a couple of fantasy football drafts. So shout out to Good News Sports. I wanted somebody from Good News Sports to come on and talk about their fantasy drafts experiences, because you know, I've been having those lately, a lot of them. So pretty much today, because I had a platform, today I'm just kind of talking about what's going on in my world. You know what I'm saying? And what's going on with me is I just literally watched doggone the live action version of Aladdin. I probably watched that at least, I would say at the very least 4 times this weekend. You know what I'm saying? So that was an experience. You know, I really actually what's crazy is I really actually like it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, well, I guess that's that goes without saying if you watched it 4 times. But my kids liked it. You know, like my niece and, you know what I'm saying, my nephews. Like every time a new kid would come, we would just throw it on. They'll be mesmerized. So we had kids just coming in, and we still got a whole nother day because it's a whole long weekend situation, which is cool too. Like it's fun to like. My favorite thing is to spend time with my family, and so I never have an issue with that. You might hear me a little bit distracted because I'm over here trying to go on my Facebook Live to see if somebody's out there in Facebook land that's going to tap in with your boy, because somebody going to have to give me some energy today and tell me what the heck they got going on in their world, because, you know, we all going to share the energy. Hey, my Facebook is cracking again. Let's see, what's the title of the show? When do you ask your boo thing, your boo thing, you're shacking up with rent money? Yeah, for rent money, because you know it is the first. So I just want to see. Let's see how soon. I think that's a better title. So the title of this show is, to all my Facebook people, let's see. I'm going to say, how soon do you ask your boo thing you're shacking up with for rent money? Yeah, that's a good title. I think I'm going to go with that one. So, yeah, with that title, boom, set to record, you know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Facebook. They all tapped in. You know what I'm saying? I got my Crenshaw shirt on. If you can see me, it's a TMC. So pretty much I'm here. What up, Phyllis? My mother-in-law just joined in. See, look, she can join in. Somebody gonna have to call this number. I'm gonna have to put this number on the Facebook. And so what I want y'all to know is the number that you can call into. The number that you can call into. I don't know how much y'all be like got pens and pads and all that stuff, but the number that you can call into is 1 second. Call me now. So call in number is 323-900-0478. That's 323-900-0478. And I want y'all to just join this conversation if you up for it. That'll be pretty dope because basically I'm here, like I said, solo dolo, just really just catching vibes. And just wanted to make sure that, while I got this platform, I'm gonna come on, and we gonna have some real convos, you know what I'm saying, about some real things. So the first real thing I say is shout out. I want to send my thoughts and prayers to our dear brother Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? We believe, according to TMZ, that he was on. He and another person was involved in an accident, and we just want to make sure that we send little thoughts and prayers. And real prayers, and real thoughts and real positive energy to him. And just to say, like, man, we know you out there living your best life, and sometimes, you hit a bump in the road, because those are some windy roads out there that he was experiencing. So we don't know what exactly happened, but we just hope that, everything turns out for the best, and we see him again doing whatever he was, back to his life and back to his regular grind, because he's out there. What up, Donald? You know what I'm saying? Donald over here on my live. So shout out to Kevin Hart. And then also it's football season, but we lost a young brother recently that I didn't get to shout him out, but I wanted to say shout out to the young brother Cedric Benson. Him and another passenger lost their life recently in a motorcycle accident, and that accident, he had posted himself going on a bike ride, and that was definitely someone I felt connected to through fantasy football. I didn't know him in person, but I know one year he at the end of the year, I think he filled in for an injured running back, and he really was able to win, like a lot of people was able to win championships and win money and have a happy Christmas, because when you win a fantasy league and you win money, you get that money in the middle of Christmas, a couple days before Christmas. So during that time, it's always a blessing to get a nice little chunk of change to go ahead and spend that money again, because you're spending money during that time anyway. But so in my world, I just wanted to shout them brothers out. Like I said, I saw Aladdin about 25 times this weekend, and I think it was super, super dope. I love the messaging in it. I loved Will Smith's rendition of the character. I felt like he was able to just make the character his own completely, and I didn't miss Woody. Woody. What is it? I'm over here losing my mind right now. I don't want to say the wrong name. Robin Williams. Okay, so Robin Williams, he did his thing in the cartoon, and I loved his cartoon. I love how the cartoon was, and at the same time, what I felt like they added us so much. And then also, while we're on the subject, I want to talk about Jamal Sims. Jamal Sims is an amazing choreographer. I had the pleasure of working with him and the honor working with him through Monsters of Hip Hop. So also shout out to Monsters of Hip Hop and anybody that's ever been involved in that organization. Shout out to the Funk family. That's their real last name, Andy Funk, and his wife. I think it's Rebecca Funk, Annie and Rebecca Funk. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Because they are the Funk family. That's their real last name. And they have an amazing organization called Monsters of Hip Hop. And Beyonce's choreographer, shout out to Jaquel Knight. Like, people that's at the very top of the game that are just like the most amazing choreographers that just do the things, nappy tabs, just any top tier choreographer that you ever wanted to come across, go through, work with them and work through their organization or come up through their organization. And so to see Jamal behind the scenes doing this thing at the Aladdin show, it just showed me just how dope Monsters of Hip Hop is and was, and I was just happy to even be a part of that organization for a minute, working with Dance Jam back in the day. And that's, people don't know my roots when it comes to dance, because they're like, why you dance hustle, you don't dance? Because I be like behind the scenes, and I know a lot of the top people that are moving and shaking in the industry. So I love the dance. I love the dance hustle. I love the industry of dance. I love what dance brings to entertainment. And that's just my, that's my piece of the pie in a sense. You know what I'm saying? That's my lane. So that's the dance hustle. A lot of people don't necessarily understand it, but, those who know, and those who don't know, don't need to know. Hey, yada yada. So, what else is going on with me? Shout out to my wife and kids. They be holding me down. Shout out to everybody that's just like out here trying to make it, grinding on that first of the month tip, that first of the month grind. It's all a grind and it's all a TMC. You know what I'm saying? The marathon continues, and that's something I want to tell anybody that you see me putting my prayer hands under their page or something like that. Like if I tap in with you and I send you those prayer hands, I just want you to know I added that TMC because I always had the prayer hands, but I added the checker flag because I just really love what our dear brother Eric Watson. What's up, Lewis? What's good? Hey, I see everybody. I appreciate y'all. But what up, Facebook? But yeah, I appreciate the TMC because I appreciate the message, and also I know our dear brother would love us to just keep that message going. And so I want everybody to know it's definitely TMC. Call in, call me now. All right, before I get to this message of the day, hey, y'all can leave messages. I don't know, can I read these comments? Do y'all got any comments on the good news? Hey, man, y'all need to leave me some comments, man. I don't see 0 comments. I'm about to comment on myself. Yo, where y'all at? It's been like 20 minutes. Where y'all at? I feel like Drake. Anywho, before I get on to the full on topic of the day, I've been stalling enough, but what I want to let y'all know is I had like 3 fantasy football drafts. I just want to see who y'all got. So something I did that was as me per usual, unorthodox. I'm kind of snap. Somebody just sent me a trade. Let's see what this trade is live. Shout out to the homie Cornell, you know what I'm saying? He just sent me a trade. Oh, he want to trade linebackers. I don't know about this guy. Why is he sending me this trade? He wants to trade me this dude. I end up picking up the homie from Dallas, the Leighton Vanner, whatever his name is. Anyways, now he wants to trade me CJ Mosley for this dude. I don't know. I don't even know how I feel about that. Like, I don't even want to trade my IDPs, my, whatever. That's too much deep into the matrix of the fantasy football. But what I want to know is today is who's y'all team. So what I did with my first overall pick, I don't know how this is all going to pan out, but what I did with my first overall pick is I decided to go with Alvin Kamara. This is my friends and family league. I've never won. And I know that everybody's like, why didn't you pick yo, what up, Aaron Watson? The good news. Yeah, it's a blessing, man. It's the good news. We on the good news radio. What's good? Tell us some good news, man. Type it in the section. Jessica, my sister-in-law. See, Facebook got my back. Facebook holds it down. So anyway, so my first overall pick, what I did was I picked Alvin Kamara. Everybody was supposed to say, you're supposed to pick Saquon Barkley. That's the hands down number one pick. But I decided to do my own thing, and I picked Alvin Kamara. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that season pans out. That was what I chose to do. I know people are like, even the homie that just sent me a trade because he was behind me, Cornell, he was like, yo, I can't believe you didn't pick the homie, whatever. He didn't pick the homie. So actually, Barkley ended up dropping to third, which was crazy in itself, too, because he ended up dropping to the third pick because he ended up getting the dude from the Panthers, which I can't remember his name. So we'll see how it goes. I got a couple of, but, I like my team. We got 2 quarterbacks in this league, and so in this particular league, we start 2 quarterbacks. All right, let's see. It's a QB in a QB flex, so you can start 2 quarterbacks. So you can so potentially you can start any position in that spot, but basically everybody starts a quarterback right there because that's like the highest points in that position. But who I feel really good about, and if you really hear these names, we'll see how it goes. If you see anything about Russell Wilson, if you see anything about my man Alvin Kamara, and if you see anything about my boy AB or Mike Everett, you know what I'm saying, or Cam Newton, all black everything. And lastly, I'll shout out Lamar Jackson. We'll see how that goes. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with it. I rolled the dice, and we'll see how that goes. But all right, so my question of the day is give a hold on. Let me try to see if I can do my sound effects right quick because I want y'all to give a hand clap for my team. All right, I want y'all to really put some respect on my team because y'all heard those names. You know what I'm saying? That's just one of my teams. Just so y'all know. What up, Instagram Live? You know what I'm saying? How y'all feeling tonight? Anybody got something to say on there? Oh, I got some flex. What up, Boogie? What up, Boogie? Got some flex arms on them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to anybody on my lives. All right, so in the relationship game, let's see, do I got a sound effect I could throw in there to represent the relationship game? We got to add we got to add our whole own playlist. We got to insert a damn playlist of our own particular effects. Let me see. Here go the relationship game right now. Damn! Nah, that ain't the relationship game, but hey, I'm gonna rock with it. All right, so it's the whole show about football. No, didn't you see the topic at the front of the headline? Jessica asking me questions about this show. So yeah, maybe somebody else had that question. All right, here goes the topic. All right, y'all ready? So when you got a boo thing that you've been chilling with, and then things are seeming to take that shacking up route, you know what I'm saying? And y'all chilling, y'all kind of getting to know each other, and then next thing you know, you're like, hey, the first of the month keep hitting, and you ain't, bills, when is that bit? When do y'all basically take that next phase into saying hey, guys and girls, you know what I'm saying? Because it gets to a point where you're like, hey, I know we've been chilling and things been cool, but basically you've been here every night, and you know what I mean? It's the first of the month, and these bills ain't paying themselves. You feel me? So at what point do you just say look, Derek just interrupted my show. I'm gonna have to text this guy. Can't believe it. Anywho, yeah. So when do you just anybody? You know what I'm saying? Y'all on the chat, y'all on the live. You know what I'm saying? So just go ahead and just tell me like, when is it all right to just be like, yo, can you pay this bill, or can you give me half the rent, or can you you know, it's that time you know, to pay up. Okay, and yeah, so when do you do that? You know what I mean? When do you just like stop and just be like, how do you have that conversation? I think that, let's see, I'm gonna take myself for example. Like, me and my relationship, we you know, we slowly, gradually got to that point. You know, I think that, like, I always kind of say this, like, we started off like independent living, and, you know, never really like living officially together. You know, those days you be staying at each other's house because it'd be so much more convenient. One person is at another person's house, but at one point, you know, the thing becomes lopsided, and it completely became lopsided at one point when my wife now, which we were dating at the time, she ended up having a job out of town. She ended up doing production on the show out of town. So what had happened was we basically, I ended up in between apartments. So technically I was homeless or whatever. So in between apartments, like, I was literally just like debating, like, okay, I got out of this situation that I didn't like in my last spot. I want to move in another direction, and I want to obviously find a new spot. But now I'm like, all right, do I just go ahead, grab another lease? I can't really afford a spot I really want, but I'll just go for whatever I can afford. I'm not doing the roommate thing again. That's a fact. So, in that in between time, I kind of came to a conclusion. I was like, you know what? Like, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move towards the direction that I wanna move in, and see how that goes. Go down this road. So my wife, she goes out of town for like 4 or 5 months. During that time, she knew I was in between jobs, so I was basically just staying at her place. You know, by the grace of God, we was already like established as a couple, and she was just holding it down. I wasn't necessarily paying rent, so, you know, just basically house sitting for my girlfriend. And you know, she never hit me up, never asked for nothing. I was like, you know, cool, taking my little checks, putting them aside that I was making. And then I got a ring, because I was like, you know what, in this life, you know, if I'm gonna spend my resources, if I'm gonna spend my time and energy, I want to go in a direction that I feel best suits the direction that I want to go in. And I don't want a roommate. What up, cousin Mary? You know, shout out. So my thing is, I don't want a roommate. So since I don't want a roommate, I don't like, hey, where's your rent, whatever, you know. So if we're gonna have that dynamic going of us living together, then that means that we going in that direction of like marriage and all that stuff. So hey, it worked out. You know, she came back, and I proposed around this time of year. Actually, a long time ago. I'm trying to remember. Like 10 years ago or something. Yeah, around this time, like 10 years ago. Because it was like in August, around her birthday. So it was like around the end of August. So, anywho, around this time, you know what I'm saying? So we just, you know, at that point we made it official. And then what we did was we basically combined our resources and put everything into one pot. And that was a process in itself as well. Because it was both of our parts, like, being hesitant. Because, you know, you grow up being financially responsible and knowing that you can just take care of yourself, and then you get to a point where you can finally kind of take care of yourself, and then to add another person money into the equation, or money that you're working for your money, and y'all both ain't really got a lot, but y'all like putting your not a lot together, and that's a hard process, you know what I'm saying? But we did it. We got through it, and that was a big turning point for us because of that we was able to take that little bit and turn it into more and we never got into like, oh, hey, you only put $5 in, I put $6 in, just like one pot. That's the rule that I came up under from my grandparents who, God bless them. They definitely taught me a lot of things, but one of the big things is I'm over here. I don't be like being able to do two things at once. That's one of my doggone downfalls. I need to learn how to chew bubble gum and walk at the same time. Like return this text, and now I'm looking like, what the hell? How am I supposed to be telling my story on the radio and type a text message at the same time? Anywho, so yeah, as the text message sound goes in the background. So I see it's 3 people watching, 4 people. Shout out to y'all 4 people that's on my live on Facebook. Why don't y'all say nothing? Cause that's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Hey, no, I'm messing with y'all. If y'all don't want to say nothing, it's all good. But hey, I'm out here trying to do this for y'all. I'm trying to give y'all those tips of life, the access points to success in the relationship game. I hope I'm doing a good job, but it's part of life too. It's a learning process. I'm not a super dope radio personality just yet. I'm kind of more like just learning as I go, and I'm doing the like effects. It's kind of dope. Anybody who want to know, look, I'm on the soundboard. Shout out to Good News Radio. I'm out here, and look at my Instagram. Boop boop. You know what I mean? What up? So yeah, I'm on the ones and twos as well as on the mic, which is kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? It's a good experience. It's something that's different than just like, you know what I mean, just like doing those videos. I'm like in front of the camera. But anywho, let me finish what I was saying. So, all right. So in this money game, it could go a lot of ways. I would say this: the biggest thing that we did was put it in one pot. One pot is the way to go. But to get to that point, it's hard because if you just got a boo thing, that one pot thing ain't really the move because y'all ain't really got that long-term commitment towards each other. It's just a boo thing. So then it's like, all right, if it's just a boo thing, then I'm going to just need this half. We just going to keep it as like, whatever it is. Look, my wife joined in. Look, she about to be typing up a storm. What do you got to say, Ariel? You on the live? You joined the live. But yeah, so I would say if you know what I'm saying, if you if you guys are like just kind of chilling, having fun, I would say the best thing you could do is just go ahead and split. But it's like, my thing is when, because at that point that could kind of split, that could kind of like, she got the laughing emojis. Hey. But that could kind of like be a divide, right? Like if you're sitting here like, hey, I need half, then you're gonna be like, oh well, I don't want to stay there no more because I don't want to hang out. I'll just go back to my place, because the thing is when you got your own apartment, y'all get into an argument, y'all get into a disagreement, or you just need a break, you can always just go back to your own place. But one person might live closer to where you work. Somebody might live, be more convenient, whatever the case is. So you might end up being at one person's place more than the other person's place. But it's just like, all right, so after a while, that's only gonna last for so long, because and unless you got a person that's just got it like that don't really want you to that you be like, hey, you got full carte blanche to just stay here as long as you want and do whatever you feel. That's one thing, but I think that's not the case for everybody. So it's being the first of the month. I know a lot of y'all probably looking at this thing and looking at that title, and you feeling it. You know what I'm saying? I know, because when that first hit, it would, different times in my life, it hits harder than others. And when that first hit, that first of the month come, and you like, dang, you've been here 75 days for the past 75 days, and I haven't got $2 for even toilet paper. You might start feeling the way. You might start feeling like, hey, I need to have this conversation, but I don't want it to go bad. But I do need to kind of say what I need to say, because if I don't say it, I'm going to just keep feeling kind of some way. You know what I'm saying? And, I would say, I don't know how to say the best way to ice break it, because that depends on your partner. One thing I would say is the Thuggish Ruggish Bone is a good track, and you could probably put that on and say like it's the first of the month, just to remind them, just to be like, hey man, it's the first of the month, wake up, that helps. Maybe that's an icebreaker, but I don't know, man. That's just me trying to be funny, but you know what I'm saying. I don't know how you could do it in a way that just doesn't rock the boat, but still keeps everything on the level. But that's my 2 cents. What else is going on in the world of today? What the heck else is going on in the world of today? So, I would say, go ahead while you out there in the world, working on living your best life possible. I would say something that's a major key is saying no. That's a serious major key, because if you like me, you try to do a lot of things to help people and to be there for people that you want to help out, and sometimes you can spread yourself too thin to where you get to the point where you're like, you know what, I just need a break. I just need to say no and kind of focus on myself right now, focus on the things I'm trying to focus on. And trust me when I tell you, it's sometimes hard to say no, especially to people that you really care for and things of that nature. But it really, really helps you in your mental health if you able to just kind of say no. Something else that I think is a very important topic that needs to be addressed is this 50 Cent. Maybe some of y'all have already heard it. Somebody else needs to. It's two different songs. Hold up, what the heck is going on in my Facebook comments? What do you think about the couple moving in with the parents to save money? 2 different songs. What is that? 2 different songs. Oh, was I singing 2 different songs? My wife is critiquing me through the comments. So that's a good question, Jessica. That's also my sister-in-law, so I give her credit. So what do you think about a couple moving in with the parents to save money? Here goes the thing. The couple are, let's say, the moving in to save money premise, and let's say in theory, should I say, is a great thing. It's like the best thing you could do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, moving in to save money, to do something with that money that's positive in your life or your kid's life is great. The execution of that is a lot of times lacking. So that is the part that causes a lot of stress and a lot of breakdown, because the saving money aspect, if people are really on about that saving life, that's dope, because you can save money, you can get yourself out of debt, you can get yourself into a better situation if you are really putting that money away, like actively, and not spending it. But a lot of times when you go to do something like that, you kind of get comfortable, or people get comfortable, or they don't save. Actually, they just kind of like, they got like extra $20 here, extra. Even me, sometimes I'll be like, when I'm broke or going through some hard times or whatever, I'll be like, yo, why the hell? I count every dollar. I'll be like, dang, I didn't have to get the supersized fries, whatever. Anything that in my personal life, I'm like, why'd I get the, if you're going through a hard time with money, it's like, I didn't have to get, I didn't have to get fries. That's the best thing I can say. Like, that's how much it just comes down to it. Like, I could have drunk water instead of getting a drink with my food. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get down to that. And then when you have a little money, it's like, oh yeah, shoot, I need the large drink, the supersized fries, I need the this and that. And that's just an example, not like literally, because I don't go to McDonald's and nothing like that. But I would just say the reality is difference between theoretically, and reality. And reality is a lot of times we kind of just get comfortable and we save not as much as we can save, and things come up. Life still happens, even though you put yourself in a situation of leaving your apartment, leaving your house or whatever, and moving in with the parents or somebody else. Life still continues to happen. Emergencies happens. Things continue to go, and you and so that could also hurt the savings aspect of what you're trying to do, and then it just becomes this snowball effect of like, trying to get back to where you were. So my recommendation is sometimes just jumping off the deep end of the pool, even though that's the scary part, but it's the best thing to do, because in the end you jump off and you put yourself, or let's not say jump off the pool, let's use this example. Let's say it's an example of throwing your hat over the fence, and you know that you gotta go get your hat. So at the end of the day, you might have to you gotta climb that fence. If you throw your hat over the fence, at the end of the day, you gotta get that hat. And if you throw your hat over the fence, that forces you to have to be in a situation that's not comfortable, but you know that you gotta just see it out. And that's something that I think is a better route to take sometimes than kind of taking the easier route, which is like, yeah, theoretically I'm gonna do this and then I'll be able to save X amount of money. But you still gotta save that amount of money. Let's say Jessica says, do you think it would be helpful to create a contract before moving in with your partner? A contract, yeah, that could be helpful. A lease, it almost sounds like a lease. What do you, like a sublease kind of thing? A contract, the thing is I feel like when you shack up with people, you're not necessarily like, it's never like an official thing. It's not like before you can, it's like you sleep over, your toothbrush is over there, you get a drawer, and then the drawer is there, and then it just happens in like really, you get like it's just a progression of steps. And then at one point, that person is like damn near living there. I don't know I know. And I think at some point, there is a point where the rubber meets the road, where it's like, hey, this is how much my rent is. I need you to pay this amount of it or whatever. That's you do. I mean, arrangement needs to be had, but I just don't see like a shack up scenario is just a gradual process where it sneaks up on you. It feels like you never know. You never know with the shack up scenario. But great question. Great questions. And yeah. This thing isn't so bad. Maybe I don't even need Detroit anymore. You know what I'm saying? Oh, snap. Is Detroit on my live? No, I'm joking. Nah, I do need Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I need everybody. I need the people. I know it's Memorial Day weekend. Everybody living their best lives. And I think that's dope too. Like, live your best lives. It's Memorial Day weekend. Or, I keep saying Memorial Day weekend. This is Labor Day weekend. Shout out to salute to the troops, but it is Labor Day weekend and we work hard. We work hard for our money. And right now, if you need to take a little me time, take it, because that's what I'm doing. And I think that's the best route for your mental health. This Labor Day weekend is for that mental health break that we all well deserve. We all need, because this life, we out here struggling, we out here grinding, we out here just trying to live our best lives and have fun while we doing it. And so shout out to everybody at the Good News Radio, everybody that done pulled up on me, everybody that done tapped in with me, talking about, hey, let's link. And I'll be trying to like juggle different people, and I'll be booking guests / hosting the radio show / soundboard, but you know what I'm saying? It's still a work in progress. But at the end of the day, I love the grind. I love the hustle. I love just like being in the midst of the game, shooting. Even if I ain't scoring, I'm still I'm still going for that shot. Because at the end of the day, that shooter, maybe you be a stricter shooter. So I guess I'm getting a correction from my wife, which is FYI, First of the Month and Thuggish Ruggish Bone are two different songs. That's why you need a good woman in your corner to, be on your live and on your Facebook and just kind of throw that little stuff in there to help you out. Nah, I mean, hey. What's funny is they had Thuggish Ruggish Bone. I think I said it because I typed in First of the Month, and it said in the YouTube thing, it said First of the Month Thuggish Ruggish Bone as like one name for the title. So I was like, you know what, whatever. Thuggish Ruggish Bone it is. But I do know Thuggish. I think her name was Keisha or whatever that sung it. You know what I'm saying? She was lit. She had the vocals. I don't even know what happened to her, but she needs to come back out with a remix or something. Shout out to her. Shout out to everybody that had those vocals on them random hits. You know what I'm saying? Like homie from I Got 5 on it. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a super lit, appearance and feature on them joints. But it's a few people like homie from Coolio. Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise. Shout out to bro. Hey, it's a few of them cats out there that got them hits that you might not know, but they need a shout out too. So shout out to all y'all. Lastly but not least, I don't know what's to say, but we got a showcase. We do have a showcase coming up. And it's a showcase for all the Good News channels. And I'm excited to be a part of this network. So I'm going to pull up. I'm going to put some respect on it. And I'm going to show up and show out. And I think that's coming up. So I'm going to post that flyer on my Instagram soon and just let people know like, yo, cop some tickets. And what else I want to say? Shout out to anybody. Look. Hey, what's up? Shout out to my IG Live. Shout out to my Facebook. And shout out to the Good News. the Good News Network. You know, I came in and this is my first time doing a show solo dolo, and it's actually pretty dope. You know, doing a show solo dolo isn't too bad, but you know, I need that. I need like some people just chiming in and say to feed off that energy, and that also does help. I don't know. Can somebody tell me that did 50 Cent change that song or what? Like the Big Rich Town. I really need to know that. I think we're gonna watch Power a little later, but I do need to know if 50 Cent changed the song back, because that was bothering me. But shout out to Brad Pitt. This man, shout out to Brad. So first, shout out to Kanye West. Shout out to Kanye West. He pulled up to watch today. You know what I'm saying? And he did Sunday service. Shout out to Kanye West, the Jesus Walks Kanye that I love is doing something in 2019 that is still giving us that soul, that feeling that we need, that we've been longing for from him from a long time. So I'm really, really happy. you're going to see me with the prayer hands at one of these Sunday services. And it's going to be me and Kanye. I seen Kanye once. I'll tell y'all my Kanye story real quick, real briefly, just so I can flex a little bit. I'm going to drop a few names. But shout out to I'm gonna shout out to Brad Pitt. You know, let's finish that thought. So shout out to Brad Pitt for pulling up to watch on Kanye West. That's pretty dope. You know, that's I can't lie. You know, he has our back. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's definitely an ally. That's my feelings. And he uses his privilege to kind of to show what's up. You know what I'm saying? To show what we got going on. This is my Kanye West story. I met him. I didn't officially meet him, actually. I was at an event. It was a Legos. It was a Ninja. I think it was like Ninja Legos or whatever. It was a Lego event. The movie premiere, you know, and shout out to the homie Darren, and he invited me out, and it was at Jamie Foxx's house. So I brought out my brother, and I brought out the boys and the kids, so we all go out. It was pretty dope. Can't lie. Super dope. So me and my son, the kids, should I say, we chilling kind of by the pool, and they say, oh, all the kids that want to do kid yoga, come over here. So a couple of the kids kind of gathered around. It was like some kids that was doing yoga. So Kanye goes over there, and I think it was like Northwest, and he was over there, and I was telling my son, like, yo, let's do some yoga, like, let's do some kid yoga. So I tried to get him over there, and I was like, oh, wow, this is going to be so crazy. Our kids are about to, like, do yoga together, and then maybe they'll be friends. I'm just thinking this all in my head. I'm like, then next thing you know, we're having dinner, whatever, you know, like, you know, that kind of moment, whatever. Anywho, my son, who doesn't care about Kanye West, he doesn't care about Northwest, he just cares about their Legos and they're being like all this, you know, my son and my daughter, their cousins was there, so they're being kids. So they like, I'm out of here. Like, I don't want to do yoga. You know what I'm saying? I want to go with this Ninja Go, you know, I want to play Ninja Go with my cousins. So with that being said, my boy Rashad steps in, and Rashad Dunn, shout out to him. He be like everywhere. Like, you follow him on Instagram, just Googling Rashad Dunn. This dude probably took 3 selfies with Obama and Oprah probably in the same time, but he's done met everybody. He got if you look at his Instagram today, he got a shot with Brad Pitt. Like, when he's at the event, he's going to the person at the event and he's getting that selfie. Like, you think I get a lot of selfies, and with my prayer hands, like, he's the guy I look up to, because he's gonna get the best. Even though he should do, I need to like give him a pose, because he don't have like a signature pose. So I need to shout out to him and give him like a signature pose. But all that to say is, he stepped in, he manned up, stepped up to Kanye in that moment at Jamie Foxx's house and was like, yo, blah, blah, blah. Let me get a selfie. And he got it. And then I didn't. And then after that, the moment was passed. I think Northwest probably wanted to leave or go to the next event. And he went, and I didn't want to follow him because I thought that would be weird. And I didn't get my Kanye West selfie. I didn't get my prayer hands picture. And I just was like, damn it. You know, I wanted to tell him, like, yo, man, when I was in the Army, you know, I bought your CD, and I didn't even, like, when I first, like, started listening to Kanye, like, I probably heard Through the Wire, and I went to Iraq, and I didn't, like, it was no other, I didn't get no commercials, I didn't get no, like, rollout, like, it wasn't no, like, oh, hey, this is, this guy you should be looking for, like, I just literally bought the CD, and, like, even, like, the Love Below, and College Dropout were like my 2 albums that probably got me through my whole tour, where I would just listen to those until the CD probably, if it was a tape, it would have popped or whatever, but it's a CD, so whatever. But yeah, so I don't know. I thought that in my mind, obviously it's my mind, so who knows what it is, but I thought if I told him something like that, like, oh, your music changed my life, and it really did though. Like Jesus Walks and Slave Ships, and like I was literally listening to Slave Ships. Like I got a picture that I could throw up. I literally was listening to Slave Ships like freaking 100 times while I was like doing Tower Guard, you know, watching like freaking DVDs on like this little mini DVD player, like up in this tower in the middle of nowhere, just hoping nothing happened. But it was just like you listen to this later because you like literally just like feeling like, oh my god, I'm like working so hard, I'm about to like die because like I'm having to stay up at like all hours of the night, and it's like 12-hour shifts, and you like a zombie because like you're trying to sleep whatever while the daytime is going on. So it's so weird. But all I say is when you are working that and you listen to a song like Slave Ships and you're like, Slave Ships, I can't, it's like, one glad morning, all that stuff, man. That album is like, and then shout out to OG Greed, you know what I'm saying? Because he was in the Jesus Walks video, and that's my homie too. So me and him linking and connecting, and like I said, man, I'm gonna get that Kanye West prayer hands. So I'm gonna give you the next. I'm gonna tell you, Kanye West and Charlemagne are my next 2 prayer hand people that I'm going for. You know, just to say like, yeah, man, you know, this the energy I'm putting out there, and I know when I get that energy back. Oh yeah, and DJ Charisma. DJ Charisma is a homie, but I want to pull up on her at a LAFC game. So those are my next top 3 prayer hand photos that I'm going for. And I hope and pray that happens. Anywho, that is that's it for today. I'm going home. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate anybody who is tapped in, who's tuned in, who is catching the energy, catching the vibes. And you know, it's actually not too bad doing a radio show by yourself. It's kind of a weird experience, but it's actually like kind of fun because nobody's like interrupting you, and you're just talking about whatever thoughts you kind of randomly have. And, you know, surprisingly, surprise, I'm not too bad at that. You know what I mean? No, that was my weird laugh. But all right, y'all. Hey, it's been real. Peace and blessings. Hope everybody have a great rest of their short week of work, and hope they have a good rest of their short time left on this weekend. And Detroit usually leaves us with a poem, but I'm going to say a quote, and the quote is from Snoop Doggy Dogg. Oh snap, Frenchie baby, young Frenchie. Hey, I didn't even see you, bro. But yeah. So the quote from Snoop Doggy Dogg is, he says, "Don't hate on nobody, and don't wait on nobody." And he said, "Read it again." So you're supposed to say it twice. So don't hate on nobody, and don't wait on nobody. And that's the quote I'm gonna leave y'all with. Think about it. And that is me turning off my Facebook Live. And now I'm going to say that to y'all too. Peace out. Peace and blessings. It's been real. Another one.